Yo, what up, everyone? Welcome in to another episode of Snaps. We are back live. Love to see it. I don't even have my lights on. Hold on. Talk, Aaron.
Wow. This is what happens when you go on a wedding weekend and have some time off. A little rusty to start the week. Apologize, we were not here yesterday.
More like a wedding week. I've been gone for a fucking week.
Gone.
And I've just been swimming in a sea of alcohol and love and all other sorts of substances. It was a hell of a time. Guys, again, do not worry. Fuckboy Fade is coming after next week. I'm supposed to go to Chicago next week, and then after that, I'm supposed to be there. But I'll open today's stats. I've seen a very big congratulations to my little brother Bo and his beautiful wife Sydney. It was one of the best weeks and definitely the wedding night, one of the best nights of my entire life. I'm honored to have officiated that wedding. It was absolutely fantastic. So, I love you all. Okay, relax on the fade, guys. It's coming. I just told you that, this thing. I hope everybody had a great day, though. I really did miss it all. It feels like it's been forever. When I tell you, so not only did I go for an entire week, but I lost my phone at the beginning of the trip. Or I turned it, I let it die. Then I lost it, but somebody found it and now they're mailing it to me. So when I tell you, though, I have been out of touch, adrift in a sea of whatever. It's been wild. You know what it is, Aaron? You know what it is?
It's nice, probably.
Well, it is nice. It is nice.
It is very nice. Yeah.
It's a little, it's nice. It is definitely a little anxiety inducing as well. Because you're like, that you're just putting all this stuff, and it could not have happened at a worse time in terms of when we were trying to switch over snaps. I still have a lot of shit that I got to do in that regard. So I feel badly about that. But now I'm ready to lock back in. It's been a very, it's been weighing heavily on me. We did it. Mission accomplished. Officiating went great. Had everybody in fucking tears. Did honor by the couple. But you know what it really is? I'm from Louisiana, right? And on Louisiana, I say that, we have a pretty big drinking culture. We get down. Well, my brother married a family from St. Louis. And, bruh.
They ain't about that life? They ain't about that life?
No. The opposite. Real, recognized real. That Midwestern drinking culture, that shit is something else. Like, I think I ain't gonna lie. I think in a battle of Louisiana versus the Midwest or whoever, whatever you want to say, and like I don't know that we got it like they got it. Like I know a lot of people who love to get fucked up. These people were drinking, and I'm talking like multiple generations, right? You'd have like the 60-year-old dads who've been boys forever. They're all slurring their words together. They'd have like 30-year-old sons, maybe, and they were all good together. And like the 20-year-old son, it was just wild how down that crew got every single day. So a ton of fun. And congratulations to my little brother for sure. How's you, Rand? I missed you. How was your break?
We miss you. Apologize. We were not in yesterday. I was at another charity event, golfing. So unfortunately, we're not able to make it, but we are back today. Fun weekend, great draft. TBob and I will talk about that, kind of some of our big takeaways, and then obviously dive into the Cornhub, who watching Raiola this weekend, get me a little horny for some Cornhub.
Where is Austin Brooks? That Joker tried to come on this show right after Raiola decommitted. And he didn't want to come out and like say it because he knew he'd be painted as full fanboy. But he basically tried to be like, well, I mean, I don't really see that like zip on Raiola's tape. Puglisi, though, this cat's got a fucking cannon. Okay. Puglisi can't sniff Dylan Raiola's jock, at least not at this point. Because what I saw in that spring game was pretty damn good. Guys, buy stock in the Cornhub now. Yes. Okay, there's never been a better time.
Who owns the Cornhub rights? Us or the volume?
Probably like neither legally. Also, I gotta be honest. Cornhub is a good joke. I didn't really. They wanted to make merch. They wanted to make merch off of it. Yeah, it's like a stupid, just immature joke. They wanted to make merch of it. And to be fair, I know Peyton, his crew loved the merch.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable walking around with a Pornhub.
It's Cornhub.
No, I know, but like the merch just was like the Pornhub logo, but red and black, which again is funny, but like I don't really feel comfortable wearing that in everyday life, and I'm a complete degenerate in that regard. So
You're just out for the cause. Even my parents wear the sweatshirt. Use snaps as your safe word, which is still very awkward and weird when I'm around them and they're wearing it. But
I don't great merch. I don't. I'm sorry. I just got to be honest. I don't think that's great merch. I think less is more a lot of times in that regard. George says interesting place to draw the line. I know. I can't explain it, dude.
Of all people to draw a line at Cornhub, it's TBob, which makes absolutely zero sense to anyone that's been in a part of our rise here at the snaps.
It's just all about it's aggressive t-shirts. Okay. Aggressive t-shirts never work out. It's like last time I went to Disney, I'm in Animal Kingdom and one of the shirts is like Pumbaa and it says like, look out, I farted. And I'm like, damn, like who in the world would actively wear this around in public? And sure enough, not 5 minutes later, saw somebody with it on, and I don't want to judge a book by a cover, but he looked exactly like the type of person that would wear a "Look Out, I Farted" shirt. I kind of get the same vibes from Cornhub. Just can't do it. That no, I don't. I would not be cool with an OnlyFans shirt either, really. Even though Only Snaps, maybe, but OnlyFans merch is actually a little big. Well, whatever. Okay, Nick, why is the super chat back on?
Shit.
It's a good question. I think we
if
got
anyone knows,
bank account.
We got accepted to make money on the show on YouTube. Now I just need to figure out how to add the bank account information, and it is very difficult to do that. If anyone has any idea, there's just no clear way to do it. Unfortunately,
we're just a couple of dumb fucking over the hill CTE ridden jocks.
Can we just
trying to figure out in this technological age?
Should we just do a Snaps Venmo? Just that's so much easier.
No. That's too. I think that's a step too greasy. I think that's a step too greasy.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. We're still getting there. We've done shows on our own, and we're making thumbnails. We're doing the social content. It's like we're knocking a lot of things out.
John says, dude wearing the I farted shirt probably looked exactly like TBob. I mean, okay, to be fair. Yes, Ben, I'm going to be in touch with you too. I've been meaning to respond. Sorry, guys, I put basically my entire life on hold for like 2 weeks. Okay. But we made it through this. I'm so excited. It all went well. We are back and ready to fucking lock in. Royal Pain. I hate to admit this. I have never seen Idiocracy. One day I will see Idiocracy. I know it's a huge pop culture blind spot. All right. We got a good show to get into today, though. We're going to do a little NFL draft recap. We're the dumbasses that put out a clip last week saying there's no way over 4 quarterbacks to be taken in the NFL draft. And then 6 were, in the first round. And then 6 were taken in the first 12 picks. We'll get to Raiola cooking. We'll get to maybe a little bit on NCAA Players Association. We're not going to spend much time. I'm not going to spend much time there, so don't worry about it too much. And then whether or not Deion will go to the NFL. But first, let's start, Aaron Murray, the NFL draft. And I know we got a lot of dog fans in here, and I kind of think the Atlanta Falcons, and so dog fans, probably a lot of Falcons fans, I think the Falcons are maybe the most interesting conversation in the entire NFL right now. But I want to start like this. So 6 quarterbacks get drafted in the first 12 picks. We have to understand the math, and this is where it gets weird. I know the GMs know this, but like we kind of said in our video, how many quarterback? There's 32 teams in the NFL. How many NFL fan bases are actually cool with their quarterback? 12?
No,
maybe
12, maybe double digits.
So fuck it. Yeah. Let's be friendly. Friendly and say 12 fan bases are happy. You're telling me you're finding 6 guys in one draft that are going to be successful? I mean, 6 teams were willing to give up the ultimate NFL resource, a first-round pick, for a pick that has about a 35% hit rate.
But you have to try. You have to try. That is the position. If we've seen it especially in today's game, and all the throwing and the protecting of the quarterback and the protecting of the receivers, you have to have the guy, and you are willing to go out on a limb and take a chance. And if it doesn't work out, you are the Chicago Bears for the past 6 years. You give a guy 3 years. If he doesn't pan out, you get rid of him. You try all over again, and you keep trying, 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 and you keep trying. You either trade and get Aaron Rodgers, if you're the New York Jets, and try and go that route of getting one of those guys. And if you can get them, great. But if not, you're in a nasty cycle, TBob. You are in the cycle of draft a quarterback, get him on a rookie contract, build a team around him. Hopefully it hits. If it doesn't, we still have a great team around him, and we just draft another quarterback and give him 3 years to do it. It is a vicious cycle, but that's the NFL right now.
It's kind of weird though, because that hasn't really worked. I mean, Tampa won the Super Bowl.
What else are you going to do?
Now, like Tampa's interesting because they drafted Jameis Winston. They tried to build a team around him, but then they pivoted to Brady and they won a Super Bowl. The Rams drafted Jared Goff, tried to build around him, made it to a Super Bowl for what it's worth. They pivoted to Stafford. They finally end up winning the Super Bowl. Then it's just like Mahomes, which obviously that's the lottery ticket that everybody's chasing. But then you're back to Brady, and then randomly Nick Foles is in there. But then it's the Broncos pivoting to Peyton Manning. I like how much
all the quarterbacks you just discussed. I would say all of them are either the greatest quarterback of all time, potentially the greatest quarterback of all time. I would put Stafford in that conversation of top 10 quarterbacks where you feel good if he's your starting quarterback. Obviously, Peyton Manning in that discussion as well as one of the greatest quarterbacks. So it is still the same thing that you just brought up. You either have a top 10 quarterback or the greatest quarterbacks of all time, or you're just going to keep trying to fish and find one.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Gold. Yeah.
That's
and then eventually, if like a deal comes up, you just go in like the Jets did to like get an Aaron Rodgers or somebody like that. So it's a weird spot though, where again,
I think Royal Payne said it the best. First round quarterback picks are like Powerball tickets. You're hoping to hit jackpot on one of them. And I think you said something interesting a week ago. I never thought about it like this too. If you're Denver and you got the 6th best quarterback in the draft, do you feel good that guy is going to get you to where you need to get to? Or are you just hoping that you're able to build a good enough team around him to overcompensate for some of the issues that he has compared to the other quarterbacks drafted in front of him? I don't know.
Do you even want to build around Bo Nix? I mean, like at that point, like it's odd because you talk about building around him, but then you simultaneously get rid of your greatest resource to build, which is your first round pick.
Yep.
And you use him on a player that was the 6th at his position.
So let me ask you this question. Who should be more disappointed after this weekend? Atlanta or Denver?
I'm in the minority on Atlanta. I actually really like the Falcons move. And the reason being, it's probably for twofold. First, I'm a Penix Jr. fanboy a bit, right? I'm very impressed with how he looked at school. But secondly, if we're talking about trying to chase the Pat Mahomes blueprint, that's what they're doing here. Kirk Cousins is Alex Smith. They're hoping that Michael Penix Jr. can become Pat Mahomes.
He's way more expensive than Alex Smith. That's the big difference. Alex Smith wasn't $100 million guaranteed contract.
Yeah, but isn't it basically only like a 2-year deal? No, like, can't they get out of it? Well, I know it's a 4-year deal technically, but isn't the guaranteed money pretty much spent up all in the first 2 years? I want to say that they can get out of it by year 3 if they want to. But my point is, like, they are in Penix. And if I was a Falcons fan, I get being upset, but like, do you really want everything riding on a 35-year-old Kirk Cousins coming off an Achilles tear? Like, a Kirk Cousins accent exciting?
But obviously, you're making that bet by giving him $180 million, $100 million guaranteed. So like, if you're going to bet on that horse, and that's a lot of money to put on a quarterback, still, even in today's game,
No,
it's a
it's
lot of
not.
money
It's
to
just
invest.
no,
Yes,
it's
it
just a
is.
fucking market, dude. It's
No,
just a
I know it's
market.
a market, but you still, if you're the Falcons and you wanted to go this route, then don't pay Kirk Cousins, draft the quarterback in the first
Why?
round,
And
and
ruin him?
then
And throw him out there, just
and
ruin
do
him?
whatever other team is trying to do. Pick a
Right, and
first round
every other team
quarterback.
fucks up quarterbacks because they throw them in there too early. Aaron, you can appreciate it more
I'm
than
just
anyone.
saying though,
It's
if I'm going
hard
to
to
pay,
be.
if I'm going, if I want to pay a quarterback $180 million, I want to set him up for the most success to have. And I don't completely disagree with this at all. Like, I get it. You're planning for the future. You're going into this with a cocky mindset that we're never going to have an opportunity in the next 4 years to select a quarterback like this because you think you're going to be a playoff contender year in and year out. I love that part of it.
My point is Cousins ain't starting 4 years.
Well, even 3
They're
years,
trying to
whatever
shut
it
him.
is.
No, they want
Whatever it
him to
is.
play 2, and then they want Michael Penix Jr. to take over,
I
and they want to
still would
have
have
him on
picked
that rookie
Brock
contract
Bowers.
for 3 more years because he's at least 3 years because he'll be on his rookie deal. It's exactly what Green Bay did with Jordan Love.
Yeah, but that pick was later on. And same
That's
thing
what,
with
16? It
I
was
think
still
was somewhere
first round.
20. Yeah, but
Yeah, it's
top
still
10.
first round. Doesn't
Top
matter.
10's
First round.
different.
No,
Top 10's
first round.
different.
No, disagree. First
Yes.
round pick's a first round. I mean, pick
Nope.
in this regard.
Nope.
For this analogy, a first round pick is a first round pick is a first round pick.
Top 10's different. Because top 10, you can top 10 in the top 10, you are picking the best player at majority of positions. You start getting to 15 to 30, you're getting into second or third best at certain positions.
How many quarterbacks are drafted ahead of Jordan Love? That's what we need to look at here. Because look, all I'm saying is here they are. Here, and it looks like did they trade up to get him? But we saw Jordan Love in Green Bay and
Jordan
how
Love
giving
was the
him a
fourth
couple
quarterback taken.
Okay, there you go. Wow, look at that. Same deal then. So you
And
saw
he was
how
26th pick in the draft, by the way. 26.
Yeah, but fourth quarterback. That's all that matters is coverage. I get what you're saying.
26.
I get what you're saying about what you're maybe giving up, but you saw Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love, how well that seems to have worked out. Alex Smith to Pat Mahomes, how well that seems to have worked out. And then we've seen disaster case after disaster case of forcing guys to play before they're ready, and you completely fucking ruin them. Like a Geno Smith even, and they never get a chance to show you their full potential. And they, somebody like Geno, he ends up fighting, scratching his claw in his way. He sometimes gets this second act and he becomes like a legitimate starter, but that is the exception rather than the rule. Like, I actually love this idea from the Falcons because they have their immediate guy in Kirk Cousins, try to get them success over the next 2 years. And then if they hit, speaking of buying Powerball tickets, like if they hit, and I think they give themselves a better chance to hit by giving patience or by giving Penix time to learn how to be a pro, well, then you're set forever. Then you're good for 10 years. I love it
if you have the mindset and you are saying you just got Kirk Cousins and are going to spend $100 million guaranteed for him to be a bridge, then I'm fine with it.
Yes.
But if you are saying we're paying Kirk Cousins because we believe he can lead us to a Super Bowl, you can't make that pick. Okay, that's fine. That's all I'm saying. That's fine.
If you pay Kirk Cousins because you think Kirk fucking Cousins is going to win you a Super Bowl, you should be fired anyway. Kirk Cousins is there to make you relevant. He's there to win the plays. Yeah, but he always fucks up on the biggest stages.
Okay.
Look at his primetime record.
If we are perfectly fine, if you're a Falcons fan and you went into this pre-draft saying we're not going to be extremely competitive, like in the chance of like even competing for like an NFC championship game, not even Super Bowl, just NFC championship game. Like we don't envision us getting to that point, then I'm all for it. But if you truly felt like Kirk Cousins was the missing piece to make you a contender in the NFC, this was a bad decision.
Kirk Cousins is a missing piece to help you win a shitty NFC South. What is the one? What is like there is no player out there. If you want to talk about potential in a pick, there is no player, and this is why these are like lottery picks and or lottery tickets, like you said, when it comes to quarterback. There's no other player that you could draft that can raise the team's potential as much as the quarterback. And I just feel that we've seen here recently, of a couple different really excellent use cases of like, there's something to be said for not having your first round quarterback have to start immediately with all the pressure work. I mean, how long did it take you to feel comfortable in the NFL?
Oh, I didn't have enough time to really feel comfortable in the NFL, but
exactly. But you were on a team for years.
No, I love it. Trust me. Once again, like I'm not arguing with you that this was the worst decision of all time, as long as everyone understands what the goal is. And the goal was never to win a Super Bowl or be extremely competitive with Kirk Cousins. You just got him to be a stopgap.
No, the goal is honestly Alex Smith. The Chiefs were very good with Alex Smith. They learned how to make the playoffs. They learned how to become a consistent winner. And then they got this young uber talent that took them over the top. They are hoping that this will play out the exact same way. It's not to say that it will, but like, I don't think it's just the god-awful strategy that so many seem to think that it is.
No, I don't think so.
And it obviously made other teams so panicky that then you're the Broncos and you go and draft Bo Nix. And
but look at the other spectrum, though. Look, and I guess this is somewhat of a bad example because Kirk Cousins is not Aaron Rodgers, but you have Aaron Rodgers, you select Jordan Love. We know how frustrating that was for Aaron to say, like, you wasted a first-round pick on someone that I could have used to win a Super Bowl.
Right. I mean, that's like you said, that speaks for itself. But
we do look at the Packers right now, and I mean, there's very few people that wouldn't say, hey, Packers are set up for a long time based on what we saw from Jordan Love.
They are set up for a long time.
It is a long game. Yeah. In a world where we want to see these rookie quarterbacks play, and we want to see just like college, we want to see all these 5 stars get in there and play. People don't want to be patient because they want to win this year.
Yeah. Exactly. But look at, I mean, who has handled, and you could argue luck plays a heavy factor, but it's not just the Packers from Rodgers to Love. It was from Favre to Rodgers.
Yep.
How did they manage to pull it off both times? They had a strategy that is patient that they stuck with. All I'm saying is I'm actually an advocate of the Falcons move. I'd be way more upset if I'm a Broncos fan. And now what? I got to expect Bo Nix to start year 1. I mean, maybe Sean Payton could get something out of him, but and to be clear about all draft opinions, like draft grades are such a funny thing to me because it's really just like, did this team agree with my assessment or not? Right?
Yeah.
Like it's tough to really put like an objective grade on a class, but I'm not the biggest Bo Nix believer when it comes to being a dynamic NFL quarterback, and I think Sean Payton's stock is a bit down as to what he can get out of there after he really didn't get much out of Russell Wilson, even though the team did improve. And
I agree.
I mean, what is Sean Payton without Drew Brees? That's what he has to prove. Yeah. And I'm not sure that Bo Nix is going to be the guy to help him get there.
I was at a charity event Thursday night. So I missed the first part of the first round. Like I didn't like log into like pick 20, like no phone. I wasn't even looking at it. And I get my phone after the event. I'm in the Uber and I have all these text messages like, what the fuck's going on? Holy shit. I'm like, what? Like, is everything okay? Like, I wasn't even thinking about the draft. And they're like, did you see all the quarterbacks taken? I get in there and see the 6 in the top 12. I was like, because that was our discussion. There was a lot of people like, how many quarterbacks are going in the first round? And I was the person that said under 4.5. So 4 or less quarterbacks we take in the first round. I was flabbergasted to see Bo. Well, one, Penix go to Atlanta. I was kind of shocked. And then Bo at 12 to Denver. He's a mid-round guy to me. He's a late second round, mid-third round. But this goes back to what I said 10 minutes ago. Teams have to take a chance on quarterbacks. And then you also have to look to the next year's draft class as well and say, where does this guy stack up to next year's draft class? Yeah. And do we think we're going to be in a position to select guys? Like, this is a deep quarterback draft. That's what we've talked about for months now. And if you didn't get one this year, do you think you're going to be able to get one next year? Which may even make you feel a little bit more, willing to take a risk.
You get a little panicky. You get
panicky. You get very panicky. Yeah.
And again, I think, and it's funny because teams got so panicky and so many were picked so early on that the most desperate quarterback team suddenly didn't need one. And so we had this weird draft dynamic where there's never been 6 quarterback taken in such a small amount of time in 12 picks. But then we had the longest gap that we've ever had until the next quarterback was taken, when it was like 100 and something picks till Spencer Rattler was then drafted in the 5th round by the New Orleans Saints. Kind of interesting there as well. The Saints not all in as the Falcons on that strategy, but like potentially a grooming situation there as well.
I love the pick. I
Where
love
you
the
got
pick.
you
I
got
think
you
this is
got
one
Derek
of the best
Carr.
picks of the draft.
Really?
Yeah.
Why so?
Because I like Spencer Rattler. You get him in the 5th round.
I know it is crazy.
I think it's a great pick. I thought he was going to go somewhere 3rd round, maybe early 4th round. To snag him in the 5th round and have him sit behind Derek, learn from Derek Carr, his work ethic. I thought Spencer had a great year last year. I thought Spencer. I said this last week. I would have taken Spencer before I took Bo Nix.
Yeah.
If I was Denver and I'm saying hell or high water, I'm selecting a quarterback right now, I would have taken Spencer Rattler over Bo Nix.
Wait. Sorry, repeat that.
If I was Denver and there was a gun to my head and said, you can only pick a quarterback.
Oh, wow.
I'm picking Spencer Rattler and before Bo Nix.
It is kind of crazy to see, just if we just go pure arm talent, and which is kind of unfair because the most pure arm talent would be somebody like Joe Milton, right? Yeah. And like Rattler has like pretty good, damn good film to back it up as well at times. But it is kind of crazy to see arm talent that pure drop that far. Like it took a very weird set of circumstances for that to come about. Royal Paint is getting Rattler in the 5th. It's like finding 100 in your old coat. Yeah, it does kind of feel like that for Saints. And so now I love it. Saints and Falcons, 2 arch rivals, kind of in similar spots as they both got these old vets to kind of groom these young cats. And admittedly, the Falcons more all in, but I think Penix is a better prospect. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to be very intrigued to see who it works out for better.
Crazy good stats when you consider he got sacked 41 freaking times. Yeah, wild stats.
41 times.
Are you shocked? Your man crush Sam Hartman didn't get picked up or drafted?
No. I mean, I don't know much. You can tell me more. You would know better than I would, Aaron. But like, if we're just being completely honest, Sam's stats were great throughout college, but like there was and he, especially at Notre Dame, it's just there was never
should he just become a model, full-time model? Give up the quarterback.
Right, exactly, dude. There was never anything like too overwhelming about him. I didn't feel too. I mean, think about it. Look at Spencer Rattler's arm again, arm talent, and then put him in the 5th round. And it's like, how does Sam Hartman stand out then? Right.
Yeah. And then Joe Milton and kind of his wild attributes there in the 6th round. Devin Leary has a big ass arm too. Michael Pratt obviously had a great career there at Tulane. So. Yeah, I mean, listen, he'll have an opportunity to make a roster or a practice squad, during preseason. But
bro, Springlead's hitting right now too, dude.
Yeah,
I don't know. It seems cool.
He'd be the face of it.
I was watching AJ McCarron and Jordan Ta'amu battle the other day. Just an old SEC on SEC battle there. So yeah, look, okay. Real quick to wrap this all up. Tell me love or hate for these. Caleb Williams to the Bears.
Love.
Okay. And then they give him Rome Odunze as well to go Keenan Allen, DJ Moore. I agree. Very exciting.
Chicago. Woo.
Daniels of the Commies.
Love.
I think I do too. I hate it at first, but we talked about it on last week's snaps. Their weapons, Cliff Kingsbury, new ownership. I think there's some good momentum there.
Yep. Don't forget D Swift too, Emil.
Great
offense. A lot of weapons on that offense.
Wait, is D Swift with Chicago or Washington?
Chicago.
Okay. Yeah, yes. My bad. Okay. Drake made the Patriots.
The more I thought about what you said last week, it does make a lot of sense. I mean, just we'll see what the weapons. I like Drake May as a quarterback. I like what he can do.
In a tough spot.
The Patriots have enough guys around him.
In a tough spot.
Yep.
JJ to the Vikings.
Love.
Yeah, I think that's the friendliest landing spot of maybe anybody in this entire quarterback draft. And then Bo Nix for the Broncos. I think we're both pretty much not fans of. Even though, again, if Sean Payton is still Sean Payton, which he has to prove, that's great for Bo Nix. I just don't know that I believe that Sean Payton is anymore. And I might just be a jilted ex-lover as somebody who has covered the Saints and, watched him just like basically say, I'm out this bitch, but maybe, I don't know, what, maybe so. I think that because, okay. And here's another point I want to, and we're going to move on. We'll talk Raiola and Huskers. Last year, in spring of 23, Warren Sharp looked at rookie quarterbacks quarterbacks that have been drafted in the first round since 2011. 28 of them since 2011, the 28 of them that had gotten through their rookie deal, only 11 of them re-signed with that same team. And so, and there's all kinds of deeper numbers that you can dive into that show that like they're just not that good, but basically understand that less than 50% perform well enough to even get signed to a second deal, much less perform well enough to be like actually good, right?
Yep.
So 6 guys drafted, 2 to 3 of them will probably sign a second deal. And I think that's going to be really interesting to see who a second deal with their original team. It's going to be really interesting to see who that's going to be. I love Tim Heidecker, John. All right, let's get to our thumbnail, baby. Sorry it took us to get here so long. We have any Husker fans in the audience, but I really want to talk draft, especially with Aaron.
Yeah, that's my apologies. I rookie mistake on the thumbnail. Rookie mistake, but what's
no way,
okay.
bro. Thumbnails fucking roll, bro. You're putting too much pressure on the thumbnail. Your thumbnails are great. Okay,
thank
People
you.
are here for juvenile jokes, sports takes, and my hair, which you're about to ruin. So if the subs go down, that's on you. By the way, guys, you want to help out the boys now that we're independent? Please like and subscribe. It's an easy way that you can help out. John says Jane Daniels will be the biggest bust of this draft. Look, it's certainly possible. The biggest bust will always be a quarterback, and I don't think any quarterback is immune to busting. It just is what it is.
We love the bust. Trust me from experience. We love busting.
True. Every quarterback that I know, that's the common denominator. Okay, so in case you missed it, Nebraska had their spring game, and my God, dude, go watch, go find you, go on Twitter, go on YouTube, look up Dylan Raiola, bruh. This man looks every bit the 5-star number 1 ranked quarterback that he was purported to be coming out of high school. So smooth, good decision-making, pushing the ball downfield, maybe even more impressive in some of the short stuff. And we must remember, it's a pretty damn good Nebraska defense that he's doing against. Maybe he's going against the 2s, 3s, whatever. But that is the only reason they were even relevant at times last year was that defense. And Dylan Raiola finishes up 16-22 for 239, 2 scores. He had a pick, but if you watched it, the pick went right through the receiver's hands, pops up. Aaron, you'd probably appreciate this.
It was a little bit behind him. That was more on Raiola than him.
What? Catch the fucking ball, dude.
A little behind.
Wow, was he spoken like a jilt lover?
I'm not gonna say he wasn't perfect. He's a high school kid playing in a spring game. He looked really damn good. Like I'm not gonna say like let's put Dylan Raiola as a Heisman contender after a spring game.
Hold on. That's not the point. That's not the point. What I'm saying
that was on him. That was on him.
As a quarterback, you're saying that's not on the receiver.
No. That was on the receiver. That was on Raiola.
You are a hoe to all of your quarterback brethren. My old man always said that in situations like that, there should be like an error stat in baseball where it doesn't go on you.
It was a slant or a 5-yard in. It was one of the two. I'm seeing the play. I don't know the exact route, but it was a pretty short throw with a little bit of juice on it behind the receiver in traffic. That's on the quarterback.
Colton Halfman does say that Raiola took responsible for that. I think you're a traitor to your kind, but that's just me. Anyway. He looked awesome. Aaron, give us your QB1 breakdown of, I they didn't name him, but I don't see any world in which Dylan Raiola is not QB1 next year.
You have to go QB1 with him. After what you saw, the fans, the coaching staff, like he looked like this in high school too. And I know, we had the Chooch on and he was kind of, comparing arm strength. And I know there's a lot of people that love to go first to arm strength. Oh, how far can he throw it? How hard can he throw it? Can he throw it Joe Milton? Can he throw it 90 plus yards? Like when you play the position and you truly know what goes into it and understanding the execution of the entire route tree and not just throwing a ball as hard as you can, and you understand like how good he is and what he looked like in high school and then what he looked like in the spring game. He is very smooth. He throws an extremely catchable football. I mean, extremely catchable. And I think if you ask most receivers, what would you rather have?
Yeah.
A quarterback throwing a 99 mile per hour fastball or a guy putting it in a spot that I can easily catch it and turn up and get north and south. You would pick the guy that throws it in a spot where you can catch it nice and easy and you don't have to worry about busting your finger open. Yeah. And that's who he is. And not saying he can't rear back and throw it hard if he needs to, but when it comes to timing, footwork, mechanics, throwing with touch, moving around the pocket, which I thought he looked extremely well doing that, he checked a lot of boxes off for me. I thought he looked very composed for a kid, once again, that's supposed to be in high school, playing in his first spring game with a lot of fucking pressure too. Let's not forget that. A lot of pressure. He looked like
should be at prom right now. He should be at prom right now, not playing in front of the. I mean, I don't know what the number is, but I'm sure Nebraska at least put 50 in there. Knowing those psychopaths, they probably sold it out.
Yeah,
and
I thought they look great.
So
my stock for Nebraska went up after this.
Yes, like I feel more firm than ever that 8 wins will happen this year.
Yeah.
I maybe even bump it to 9. I don't want to get too excited though. Okay, so a couple things to point out. The words smooth and touch kept coming back to me when watching this. Let
me just say something real quick. So Royal Pain in chat. Run after catch is so much about ball placement and velocity control. 100%. And to go even deeper into this.
Good point.
The harder you throw the football, the more accurate you have to be. You have to be extremely accurate when you're throwing it as hard as you can. You don't give the receiver an opportunity to adjust. So
that's why I like the behind throw.
Yeah, which is why you throw it. Yeah. If you get a little bit more touch, allows the receiver to slow, to speed up. He can adjust. He can re-angle his route. He can do so much more to make you look good. If you throw a fastball, that guy is split second, make a decision. I can't adjust. I either have to catch it, go down. So just a little bit more deep dive into why you want to throw with a little bit more touch for the majority of your passes. Not all of them, for the majority of them.
So Cole Newhoffen in the chat says, tell me he doesn't look exactly like Mahomes. And that's where this gets interesting because me and Aaron were sitting here talking pre-show and I was like, bro, what's he doing with that back foot? Like he's got this weird thing at times, especially in the quick stuff where he almost kicks that back foot like he's bowling. And as much as I like to look, everything was pretty accurate at all ranges, deep, intermediate, short, but his short game release is so quick, so accurate, so smooth looking again. And you told me that he actually trains with Mahomes and his trainer?
Well, he works with his coach, and I guess he's actually going to be working with Mahomes as well this offseason. But yeah, he's been working with Mahomes' QB coach for a few years now, actually. And he looked like it. I mean, the mechanics look very Mahomes-esque with, like you said, the slow release of the back hip to kind of control the power, the arm angles. I thought he moved around the pocket like
he's doing. That's what it is. A slow. Okay, I see where. So that's what he's doing there. That I couldn't quite place. A slow release with the back hip.
Mm-hmm. She likes it when it's just nice and ease it in there. Just
I don't think there's. I don't know if it's making much of a difference either way. I mean, I don't know. How much is there to ease? That's the question. With Raiola, it looks like a lot because like you said, very strong. Mm-hmm. How about I also feel like I know so much is made of this. The Patrick Mahomes shortstop, Patrick Mahomes baseball stuff, but like they really do look like a shortstop turn into when they throw these screen passes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like those old Tom and Amsky videos I used to watch growing up that produced back-to-back AAU national champions. It's just in the hand, sidearm, little flick, and it's gone. And it is that back foot thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you stay under, you keep a good base. You stay underneath yourself And it's a lot of just quick hitch, great. Obviously, you have to have great arm talent. You can't do it
Yeah.
if you don't have just pure natural arm talent. Where Aaron Rodgers is one of the OGs at this. You watch Aaron Rodgers for the past decade. He has always been someone that can manipulate the pocket well, throw with different arm angles, and it's something that you watch him in college. He couldn't do that because the ball was up by his damn above his ear. And then for 4 years or whatever it was, 3 or 4 years behind Aaron Rodgers, all he did with practice was just mess around. Just say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to play for 3 years. They ain't going to get rid of my ass. I'm going to just experiment with different ways to throw the football. And yet it becomes almost like a middle infielder, especially with these offenses nowadays, where you're on your back foot, you catch it at a weird angle, and then you just kind of flick it with your wrist, and bam, all of a sudden you give the guy a nice accurate throw in the flat, and he turns it up for 10, 15 yards. So, which at the end of the day, when we talked about Caleb Williams and where can Caleb Williams improve the most going from college to the NFL, it was understanding how to get to the check down, how to get to the third receiver, how to just dump it down and not try to take the home run play after play after play. Raiola working with this coach, obviously I'm sure studying Mahomes a lot, which Mahomes does extremely well, showed that maturity at, I don't know if he's 18 yet, 17, 18 years old, of bam, check down, guy catches it, get 10 yard. You can do that a lot. You're going to be very successful.
Well, and so College Football Full says this is also a spring game, guys. Let's calm down. And look, I agree. We're all a bit football starved here, so we're gonna wax poetic. But let's think about Arch Manning's first spring game versus Dylan Raiola's first spring game. And to be fair to Arch, we just we waxed rhapsodic about him a week ago. He looked so improved. But look at that first one, in which I think he was like 4-13. Didn't look comfortable at all. Ball's going short, ball's going high. Like, even on Raiola's misses, I don't know that I saw a decision that I hated. Like, sometimes he'd take a shot where, it was almost there, but only his guy had the chance to get it. And his pocket manipulation, again, it was all stuff that
I'll defend Arch here, though. And I'm not 100% on this. This is just me kind of guessing. Arch went to Texas and was probably going to be the third quarterback. Maybe work his way to be the backup. So he wasn't getting as many reps as the other guys. And definitely not getting reps with the starters, which this too. If I'm a quarterback working with a backup receiver's offensive line, sometimes it turns into a shit show. A lot of weird communication. Guys run the wrong routes. They're second, third string for a reason.
That's true.
You work with the starters. There's more of a confidence of like, I'm with the starting offensive line. I'm with the best receivers. And I'm sure if Raiola is going to be the guy, he was probably getting significantly more reps than what Manning was getting at Texas. This is just me guessing and speculating.
That's a very fair point. No,
I think throw all that into it. More confidence with the starters, probably more reps because they want him to be the guy. You have more opportunity to look a little bit better in your first spring game.
That is completely fair. And guys, look, I hate having to keep saying this. When we bring up guys like Patrick Mahomes, whatnot, again, it's not to say they're going to do what these players do, but it is undeniable that, they literally train with the same person. They have the same mechanics. Like, it's impossible not to see similarities. It doesn't mean he has all the attributes that make Patrick Mahomes great. It's just like when we talk about the draft. Comp does not mean you will be that guy. It's just more of a style of play that they're in, not same talent level or anything like that. And look, if I was a Nebraska fan, I would be so excited because it looks like you have your QB1. And look, bro, with how bad your offense was last year, you are minus 17 in the turnover department. Let's say you go even. You're probably an 8 or 9 win team last year. Maybe even pushing 10.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know if there is a player in college football that has a bigger that I don't know if there's a player in college football that can have a bigger impact on a single team. I don't give a shit about Caleb Downs going to Ohio State. I don't give a shit about any of that. I don't think there's a player that can have a bigger impact in all of college football than what Dylan Raiola can do at Nebraska.
I agree. I'm pulling up their schedule once again now. Very favorable. Very favorable schedule for Nebraska. I mean, if you want to put your quarterback, young kid, an opportunity to have success, year 2, Matt Rule, which is, we'll see if the third time can be just as successful as the first 2 times when it comes from year 1 to year 2. This looks like the perfect recipe. You got your guy, it seems like. He looks really talented. He's, I think, is probably winning over the locker room. And how many close games did they lose last year with the worst quarterback play that I've seen?
No, that's what I'm saying. If they're even,
it's crazy.
If they're even on the turnover department last year, they win 7-8 games.
Yeah. UTEP, Colorado, Northern Iowa, Illinois, Purdue, Rutgers, Indiana.
Bruh.
That's your first 7 games. It's your first 7 games.
Oh my God, I'm getting so fucking pumped. Red Black Dog says, if you were a Nebraska fan, I thought TBob was leader of the Cornhub. You're right. I am a Nebraska fan. I apologize. Emil, I feel like this for Emil. What about Cam Ward at Miami? Can also have a major impact, but I am much more of a Matt Rule believer than I am a Mario Cristofrod believer. You know this. You know this to be true. All right. I wonder if I want to touch on this. You
want to save it, or just you don't want to
talk about it? I just think we maybe hit it for a minute.
Okay.
The NCAA Player Association, UAB has joined an organization called athletes.org. This is one of many organizations trying to become a representative body for college athletes to enter things like collective bargaining. Maybe something interesting to note here is that Trent Dilfer, being a former NFL player, basically was like, push them to this and push these guys in front of him. Was like, hey, check out, hear what they have to say. They have 2,000 athletes signed up currently in this organization. I don't know. Look, the thing is, and you're like, well, man, who's funding this? Venture capital, okay? Because everybody wants to be the representative body that gets to negotiate cuts of the TV deals because they'll skim percentages off the top, right? So I don't know that athletes.org is going to be the organization. But again, all this represents to me is further evidence, Aaron, that some sort of representation and unionization of sorts is coming eventually. So just know that
it's definitely coming.
Yeah. Maybe
I'm
sooner
for
than
it. I love it.
Though.
Maybe sooner than you thought. I don't know. I mean, I was thinking something would happen the next 3 or 4 years. So I don't think this is something that all of a sudden every team's going to start jumping on this bandwagon and we're going to have a push for 2025. I still think that there's a lot of things that have to be done. I mean, when would you say earliest that we could get everyone on board?
I mean, I don't know, bro. I was thinking 5 to 7 years, but this article was saying athletes.org, I think they were putting this out there. So of course they would want to say this.
Yeah.
They were saying in the next 15 months, but that doesn't feel realistic.
And once again, if you're a top player, you don't want this. If for the entire 80% of the team wants this, but for those top guys, college football is as good as you're going to get right now. There's no rules.
Well, yeah,
there's no rules.
Yeah, you're not giving anything up, but you are leaving.
What are you leaving on the table?
TV revenue. The big money.
But I think I will say this.
But that would get watered down amongst thousands of players.
The big schools, as of right now, and I still don't know if this model is sustainable, but as of right now, based on seeing some of the stuff from certain collectives and universities at the big time schools, these kids are getting paid more through their collectives, significantly more than what they would get through a TV revenue split.
Well, the thing is, but this is what I always got to remind people. The revenue split is not instead of, it's in addition to.
No, I know, but
you'll still get your NIL money. I just also want.
I don't think it would. I don't think it. I think you'd get to a point where there would be certain regulations around collectives at that point.
I still don't know how you regulate.
Because I think collectives would come in house. So the collective essentially would be the marketing team for the university, getting marketing deals instead of more being a GoFundMe.
I remain unconvinced, but only time will tell.
Yeah.
But it's coming. And then last thing, Deion says he's not going to follow his kids to the NFL. And I just thought this was a great quote. He said, because he's asked, what do you tell parents? And they ask me the future. He said, I tell them the truth. I tell them I'm a father, not a baby daddy. I don't follow my kids. I pave roads for my kids. I build generational wealth for my kids. I lead my kids. I don't follow my kids. So do not plan on following my kids to the NFL. I have work to do here. And then he would go on to talk about liking in Colorado and wanting to make a bowl game for 99-year-old superfan Peggy Cobb. But
he gone after this year. He gone.
Wow. To the league though?
No. I don't think Deion's personality as a head coach would fit in the league.
No. He is very much kind of an old school my way or the highway guy.
Not even that. I'm more talking about him being the center of attention, and not in a negative way. I think it's great for Colorado, obviously, and I think it's good for college, but the college coach is the face of the program. The NFL coach is not the face of the franchise.
Sure.
And I think Deion is too big of a personality to take a backseat. And I'm not saying this in a negative way at all.
So you're saying you think he's gone to another college team next year?
I think he's gone to another college team next year.
Well, he better do good. I mean, I see you Gator chomping, but are the Gators going to hire Deion if they go 6-6?
Yeah. Gainesville wants Billy Boy out of there.
Well, no shit. And the sky is blue. Like that doesn't tell me anything. That exists.
So why are you saying? Why did you bring up Florida going 6-6? Why did you bring up Florida going 6-6?
No.
Kind of alluding to
no. Talking about Colorado going 6-6.
You said Florida. Okay.
No, I'm saying if Colorado would they want Deion if Colorado goes 6-6?
You say Colorado.
I think we just got no. I think we just got.
You said if Florida goes 6-6.
Chat, is Aaron being dumb? Put F's. Put F's in the chat if Aaron's being dumb.
Why, if you're Florida, why would you not want Deion if they win at least 7 games?
Because you just I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I would, but it's probably I think you're just in a dark place. I don't know what Florida wants. You had Dan Mullen. You're winning 10 games a year. I know things kind of went salty on the recruiting trail. And there was one bad year, but like you literally ran off one of the best football minds we've seen in years and years and years. And you've got nothing to show for it. I mean, even Jim McElwain, who I agree kind of fucking like was not cool at all, looked goofy as hell. He did didn't they win the East back-to-back years or something? Like, didn't he go to a couple of SEC championships? Like,
he did. Yeah, but then he started with all the bullshit off the field with like lying about something, right?
No, because that's what I'm saying. Because Florida hates their fucking coaches, and the coaches hate it there. Like eventually, so they gotta like a coach again, and maybe he'll stick around for a little bit. I don't get it. Or maybe they just hire really unlikable guys. I don't know. But there's power in Florida because McElwain doesn't seem like the best coach, and he had success there. Dan Mullen won with Jim McElwain's players. Hey, recruiting, yeah, but still, Florida without a doubt would have won more games than they have.
Also won a lot of football games at Mississippi State, which
yes,
they were number 1 in the country the first playoff year. Correct.
You know what I'm excited for?
You know where that is?
Fucking Jeff Levy to just throw it all around at Mississippi State. I've been thinking
their spring game was like 70-70. My goodness.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. It's like I keep thinking back to his opening press conference and he was just like, he basically said, reading between the lines, like, fuck it. I don't know if we'll be good, but like we gonna fucking score.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Dude, we gonna fucking score, man.
So happy that my boy left and went to Washington, or my records would be shattered midway through the season.
Yep. You lucked out, dude. You lucked out. Let's go, dude.
Another year on top.
Bo Molinari, Billy's a good coach, but damn, he's in a pressure cooker right now. I thought Billy Napier was an awesome coach, but yeah, there's a reason why I call him Black Spot Billy. It ain't no pressure cooker.
He needs to obviously win games next year. That helps.
But they really?
Gotta be better with the stupidity that occurred at times last year. Like that to me is what drove fans over the top.
Well, and especially when you have
13 players on the field.
coaches.
Yeah. You have 13 players on the field. What are we doing, Billy? Multiple, same number. Like, you have that many coaches. You have the resources. Even good coaches to okay coaches aren't making those mistakes.
What the fuck? Jaden Rashada? Wait. Did Jaden Rashada commit to Georgia?
Thanks for watching the show last week, asshole.
Oh my God, dude. Bro, I have a phone of me for 3 days. That is a deeply funny story. I had no idea. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Your boy Hester and I broke it down on Thursday.
Nice. Hell yeah. How'd that go? Good show?
Good show. Very
Cool.
good show.
Cool.
People were shocked that we started off the show by talking sports.
What? We do that every day here. All right. I think that's going to be it.
Sweet.
You all have a great day. We love you. We'll be back on Thursday for more snaps. And we got some NCAA football news to get to. My bad, guys. I did just figure out about Jaden Rashada. Okay, I don't know. I didn't do any sports. I didn't watch. I come back, like, I see the Pels get fucking swept by the Nuggets. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? The entire NFL draft happened apparently while I was gone. LSU baseball won a series. You got Georgia baseball players out here actively cheating and getting caught on video, doctoring balls. Although I don't know how cheating works in baseball, because there's too many times where, like, cheating's not actually cheating. So I don't fucking know. I love SEC baseball, though. LSU's god awful, though. But whatever.
They won it last year. Who cares? Exactly.
Feels good. All right. Love y'all. We'll see you Thursday. Oh, like it, subscribe, share with your friends. We'll see you Thursday for more snaps.